So that I just wanted to explain, which maybe I've never really done this thorough. I wanted to explain why I don't take a percentage of my account. One of the reasons is if I had a good week, a bad week, a mediocre week, I take the same amount. I don't reward myself for doing well or penalize myself for losing setups. Does everybody understand that? There's no such thing as good trade, bad trade. The only time I have ever had a bad trade was when there was no setup. I had some kind of bias and I just took the trade or whatever. Or I over allocated, or I under allocated, or I either forgot, was afraid, or whatever, and just didn't add to it, or I didn't hedge, or I didn't exit when the setup broke. I didn't plan my exit ahead of time. Does everybody get this? This would be considered a bad trade, right? And you guys know what I mean. You've taken trades with no setups and then have it stung you and go, oh, I can't believe I took that. Spent too much money and go, oh, I cannot believe I went over my allo. I should know better. Or I can't believe I really should have leaned into that trade. I can't believe I only traded 3 contracts. Or I can't believe I didn't add to the trade. I should have totally added to that trade. Or you leaned into one side on a monthly position, but you never took any kind of a hedge. So when it didn't work, if it didn't, if the trade setup didn't work and you had too many of them, your account balance goes down unless you hedge. If you hedge, your account balance will only take a very small ebb. Didn't exit when you meant to exit, or I didn't plan the exit ahead of time. These constitutes a bad trade. Yeah, and Michael, what ends up happening is if you missed your exit or you were stubborn or for whatever reason did not exit when you were supposed to, then you do stay in the trade because there's always the possibility that it turns. Now, I'm going to share with you what I did on Google, which was nothing short of brilliant. I think you guys are going to like it. It's a strategy that I've been doing, but I don't like alerting it because you'll see why. But does everybody understand the definition, my definition, our definition of a bad trade? If I spend $600 on Tesla, I know my pilot position is 1150, but I only put 600 or 700 in Tesla and I lose the whole 700. Is that a bad trade? Well, only if there was no setup on it. Only if I didn't exit when I was supposed to or I didn't have a plan. That's not a bad trade. That's just a setup that didn't work. I've got plenty of those. I don't mind setups that don't work as long as none of these conditions take place. And there's only, when you look at what a good trade is, so this will surprise some of you. So a good trade is every trade I take where I follow my plan, meaning this, and this. Or as Ava would say, death. Does everybody understand that? This is good trading. Good trading when you trade with a plan. Some do this, some do this, some do this, some do this, whatever. As long as your equity curve does this. If your equity curve is doing this, then every trade you take is a good trade as long as you're trading it with some kind of a plan. And if you go back and look at the trades that didn't work or the trades that you would deem like, oh God, I hate that, I hate that stock or I hate that trade or I got killed on that. I guarantee you it falls into one of these in here. Because it doesn't make sense. If you saw a setup and the setup just broke down and then you lost money on the trade, you didn't lose that much because you over allocated. You didn't lose that much because you didn't have a hedge or something. It just didn't work and you lost what you lost, your pilot position. You must look at that as a good trade. Anything wrong with the trade? No. If you were working for me and I gave you parameters in which to trade, and you gave me 6 trades where the setup didn't work and I lost money, and 3 trades that were good and made some money, and only 1 trade that broke even, but you followed all of my rules, you know what I would tell you at the end of the week? That was a good trading week. Make sense? Super important that you understand that. Mindset of a trader, right? You've heard me say this before. You want the results of a professional? Start acting like one. Stop whining, complaining, making faces, making excuses, blaming other things other than yourself, or getting too hard on yourself.
Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video from Trade With Me Now. Make sure to go ahead and like this video and subscribe to our channel so you make sure that you catch our next video right when it's released. Also, if you have a question or comment, please leave that in the comment section below. And of course, if you want to learn more about Trade With Me Now or join our community of profitable traders, go to tradewithmenow.com. There's also a link in the description below.